The Victorian era was a time of significant social and cultural change in England, with advancements in technology and industry as a result of the Industrial Revolution. However, for most women in 19th century England, life was confined to a small and private sphere with focus on the home and motherhood. In this video, we'll explore what a typical day might look like for a lady in Victorian society and how these women navigated the challenges and opportunities of their time. Welcome to Britain Reimagined. The Victorian era lasted from 1837 to 1901, and women during this period were shaped by a complex web of expectations and restrictions. The idea of the angel in the house was particularly prevalent during this time, which emphasised the importance of women's domestic virtues and self-sacrifice. It was important for women of the time to take charge of domestic affairs and embrace their roles in managing households and raising children. Victorian women, especially those in the middle and upper classes, were expected to take charge of domestic affairs and to raise their children with a strong moral and religious foundation. Women of this class were expected to be well educated, cultured and skilled in a variety of domestic tasks. They were responsible for managing their households, including overseeing the work of servants, planning meals and social events, and ensuring that their homes were properly decorated and maintained. They were also expected to be involved in charitable work and to participate in social gatherings. We'll start our journey with a look at the morning routine of a Victorian lady. A typical day for an aristocratic young woman might begin with breakfast in bed served by a maid. After breakfast, she would spend time dressing, grooming and preparing for the day ahead. Personal hygiene was another important aspect of life in the Victorian period. Bathing was not yet a ritual for most people, and instead individuals would wash themselves using a washstand and basin. Chamber pots were also commonly used at night, as indoor plumbing was not yet widespread. Despite these limitations, cleanliness was highly valued in Victorian society, and individuals were expected to maintain a high level of personal hygiene. The process of dressing and undressing in the Victorian bedroom was an important daily ritual. Dressing and grooming were seen as important aspects of a Victorian social etiquette, and individuals were expected to present themselves neatly and cleanly. Let's explore what would typically be included in this morning routine.
Once I'm fully awake, I ring the bell for my maid to come and assist me. She helps me out of bed and hands me my dressing gown, which I slip into before heading to the washstand. At the washstand, I splash my face with cold water and use a delicate soap to cleanse my skin. I then apply a small amount of moisturiser to keep my skin soft and supple. Next, my maid helps me dress in my undergarments and corset. This is a time-consuming process that requires patience and skill, as the corset must be laced tightly to achieve the desired hourglass figure. Once the corset is secured, I slip into my petticoats, stockings and gown.
Mid-morning might be devoted to socializing, either at home or in the company of other women. This might involve paying calls on friends and family, attending a tea party or luncheon, or perhaps visiting a museum or art gallery. Her day might also involve a visit to the dressmaker or milliner to select a new gown or hat. If she had children, she would spend time with them, supervising their education and activities. In the afternoon, activities could include charitable work and hobbies, such as reading or embroidery. These activities allowed women to express themselves and build social connections. For every hour of the day, a lady of means had a designated activity. Dressing, walking, riding, painting, playing the piano, practicing elocution, sewing, reading, letter writing, visiting friends, attending church, theatre, or entertaining guests. In the book The Victorian House: Domestic Life from Childbirth to Deathbed, Julian Flanders quotes Lady Harriet Cavendish, who wrote in her journal about her marriage and domestic life. Lady Harriet wrote about the difficulties of adjusting to married life and the challenges of managing a household. She also discussed the social expectations placed upon her as a wife and hostess, noting that she had to be always at home, always dressed and always amiable. The evening was a time for more formal social events such as dinner parties, balls and concerts. Women were expected to dress in their finest gowns and jewels and to act as gracious hosts to their guests. These events were an important opportunity for women to demonstrate their social standing and cultural refinement. These events required careful attention to etiquette and manners, with women expected to display impeccable behaviour and attire. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the daily life of a Victorian lady. Thank you for watching Britain Reimagined. We create videos covering the everyday lives of Britons throughout history. Feel free to subscribe for upcoming videos and we'll see you soon.